Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for February 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so you have a few jumping cards for this month. The first card that jumped for you is this one, and you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is telling me that there could be a lot of anxiety over a relationship or over a marriage. This is someone imagining the worst. But you had these two other cards jump from this deck. You have the Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and you also had the Six of Pentacles. So it's time for this situation, whatever this represents to you, where you are highly stressed about your love life, you're highly stressed about your marriage, you feel like something's not going to work out, or you're worrying that someone is cheating on you. It's time for that to change, is what I see in these two cards. And there's a few other messages that you have here. You also had, actually there's one more card, but this is an important one. It's a major arcana, and it's the High Priestess. This is telling you to listen to your intuition. Cancer is probably one of the most psychic and intuitive signs of the zodiac, Cancer and Pisces. This is telling you that you know what's going on. With the Nine of Swords, this is just your mind playing tricks on you. You're highly stressed, you're really anxious because you fear something terrible is happening, but you know the truth. Whatever it is that's going on with you, it's time for things to change. You have the Six of Pentacles telling me it's time for you to get what you deserve. It's time for you to receive love, and it's time for your love life to take a turn for the better. It's time for change. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back in the deck, and then we will see if they come up again. Let's start with this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Cancer for February 2018. We start off with the Queen of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Okay, I have two cards here. I have the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The Four of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Cancer. The Star. The Three of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February 2018. The Eight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The Queen of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Cancer. And the World. Okay, what's the most important message that Cancer needs to hear for February 2018? The Eight of Pentacles. So this means no matter what's going on in your love life, whether you are single or you're already coupled, this just means there's going to have to be a lot of work on relationships, bringing things back into balance. I already see a few things going on in this reading. This just means that it's going to take effort to bring your relationship or your marriage back into balance. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. And let's start with the first row. So you have the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So the Queen of Cups, this is your energy as a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but it can also be your significant other, like I said, if they are a Scorpio or a Pisces. What I see here, I mean, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which does represent someone's doing a lot of thinking right now. This means that somebody's kind of weighing their options, somebody is analyzing you, or your relationship or your marriage, or it could be you that is doing that. And you also have the Ace of Wands, which, you know, this is a new beginning. This is a clean slate and a fresh start. So I feel like, you know, seeing these three cards, it feels like either you or your partner are thinking really carefully about, you know, whether you want this new beginning. So for some of you, it could be that you're broken up, somebody has moved out, somebody has asked for space, or it could be even that, you know, you've been separated for years. But I mean, I see somebody, I feel like you have to be patient. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, this means, like, you know, be patient because somebody is very carefully weighing their options. And remember that, I mean, you have the Seven of Pentacles there, and then the Eight of Pentacles was the main energy, which means there's a lot of work to do here. So this is going to take time. So, like I said, I feel like there could have been a breakup. There could have been, somebody could have moved out. You have the Four of Swords here, which I'm going to get to in a minute. This usually means somebody asked for space. The Seven of Pentacles means somebody is thinking, like, what should I do? Should I Should we get back together? Should I move on? Somebody is weighing the pros and cons. If we get back together, this is how things are going to be. And it could be, you had the Nine of Swords jump for you. It could be that there's some anxiety about taking somebody back. Hard to say in a general reading, so use your intuition about what this means for you. It's like somebody is very carefully weighing their options about a new beginning. And this could be about taking somebody back, but this can even be an existing relationship, a marriage. Like you're really thinking, weighing the pros and cons of staying in a relationship or a marriage. Like, do I really want to do that? Maybe there have been things happening in the marriage that you're worried about, things that you don't like. Maybe you're not feeling the connection anymore. With the Seven of Pentacles, you're going back and forth mentally, even though it's the Suit of Pentacles. You're comparing, you're contrasting. You could even be comparing partners as far as who would be the best partner for me. But it's like, a new life, a new beginning is like waiting for you. But either you or your partner, they're being very careful. Someone's being very careful and accepting this offer and accepting this new beginning, this new life. They're not quite sure if this is what they want. Now, for singles, this could be that, you're meeting somebody. You could be meeting somebody in the month of February where, this is maybe a new opportunity for you. This is, perhaps you've been single for a long time or you're divorced. A new beginning awaits you. But with that Seven of Pentacles, again, the same thing applies. You don't really know if you want to accept this person into your life for whatever reason. Either they could maybe not be your type, or it could be that you feel like you're not ready to move on, or you might feel like you still have feelings for your ex. This could even apply for those who are coupled. It could be that you're thinking, because this is just a lot of reflecting with the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of reflecting, a lot of going back and forth. So when I said ex, I feel like somebody could be thinking, again, weighing their options. Should I go back to the ex? Should I stay with my current partner? And going back and forth, weighing the pros and cons. If I stay with my partner, this is what I will have. But if I go back to my ex, this is what I could have. Again, that new beginning is just waiting for you. And you're just kind of deciding what you're going to do with the Seven of Pentacles. Now, moving on to the next row, you have the Four of Swords, the Star, and the Three of Pentacles. So, the Star is a major arcana, and it's right in the middle of the Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. The Star, this means you getting what you want. The Star represents your hopes and wishes. So, whether it's your wish to keep a relationship or a marriage on track, or to be able to work things out with someone from the past, where maybe somebody asked for space. Perhaps somebody moved out with the Four of Swords. This does usually mean that there's a lot to figure out mentally. And that is what I just went on and on about as far as the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody's thinking very carefully of everything that could happen, of, weighing the pros and cons and thinking like, this is what I'm going to get with this person, this is what will happen, should I, shouldn't I? I feel like there's a lot going on mentally here while you're waiting for something to manifest with the Star. You're hoping for a specific outcome. Now you do have the Three of Pentacles telling you that if you're going to get this energy from the Star, whatever this represents to you, if you're going to have this wish come true, you're really going to have to try really hard. Scorpio just had this card in their reading, and this just means fighting tooth and nail, doing everything that you can to get what you want. And you have the same message here. So if you have a Pisces moon or rising, you might want to watch that video. They even had the Queen of Cups as well, and the King. But what I just see here in this middle row, it's like, your wishes, you're getting the outcome that you want, but it could be that you have to be patient with the Four of Swords. You have to be patient because maybe somebody needs some space. And I feel like, definitely I'm getting the message that somebody has a lot of things to work out mentally. It could be that things are not as easy as you think. You may think like, well, all they have to do is say, we can get back together and everything will be great. And it could be that there's a lot more going on. It could be that somebody doesn't quite know how they feel about you. And it doesn't mean that they don't love you the way that you do, but it could be that they need some time to figure out, what those feelings are. Like, do they really want a future with you? And it could be that there's, maybe for those of you where you're getting involved with someone that's leaving a relationship, they need time to have closure. The Four of Swords, this also represents healing. So it could be that somebody needs time to heal. You might even be the one that needs time to heal. The Three of Pentacles means you're going to have to try extra hard. This can even be a message for those where there's been a divorce, a really painful breakup that you're going to find, you know, a new partner with the Star. You're getting what you want, but there perhaps is the need to heal and for you to try really hard as far as moving on with your life. Now down here, you have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the World. So the Eight of Swords, I mean, this is telling me that someone feels trapped. Somebody feels really restricted. There is an earth sign here, so this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This can be you if you have a moon or rising sign in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or this can be your partner. Now the energies I see around this partner is, like I said, feeling like just completely trapped, like I can't get out of the situation. But funny thing is that you have the World, which means you will get out of the situation. The World is the final card of the Major Arcana, and it does represent a natural ending. It's not an abrupt ending like the Tower, where suddenly something ends like overnight. The World just means that, you know, it's time to move on to the next cycle. So I feel from this row, and this can be a different message for, you know, a different set of Cancers, that someone might be feeling really trapped in a marriage or in a relationship, perhaps with an earth sign. Really trapped and feeling like, you know, like I need out of here. I'm not getting what I want. And it could be that that's what all the reflecting was from the Seven of Pentacles, and you needing some space here with the Four of Swords. I just feel like here somebody is trapped and they feel like there's no way out of here. Maybe because you've been married for a long time or been with someone for a long time. Maybe there's kids involved. But there's still an ending. It's kind of ironic that the World, the last card of the Major Arcana, would be the last card that I pulled for you, at least for the first 9 cards. There's going to be some type of ending where you feel trapped. And it could be, you know, a marriage or a relationship where it's just like it's become a dead end for you. But it could also just be where you might feel trapped in a negative cycle in a relationship, where maybe there's been a lot of instability, a lot of going back and forth, a lot of broken promises. And the World can mean that you're finally going to close the chapter to that difficult, you know, time in your marriage and your relationship. Remember the Star right at the heart of the reading, telling you you're going to get what you want. Your wish will come true, but you will have to try really hard. And it could be that you have to give someone some space and some time to figure things out, because I see that with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what other messages come up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February 2018? You have the King of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer? Interesting. The Queen of Wands. And the Nine of Swords. So this card had jumped for you. I'm going to put it here. It had jumped for you at the beginning of the reading. Here it is again. I think it had jumped from the confirmation deck, not from this deck, but here it is. These 3 cards. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords. So there are 2 people here. So first you have the King of Swords. So this is an air sign. So this would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. There are 2 people here. This can even be you, Cancer, if you have a moon or a rising sign in either one of those signs that I mentioned. You and your partner. The Knight of Swords again. Someone is doing a lot of freaking out, a lot of worrying, a lot of imagining the worst. So I feel like there's something going on, like you feel like somebody could be cheating. I mean, that's one of the things that people worry about, especially in new relationship. Maybe not so in a marriage where you've been married for 20 or 30 years. But this just means there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of worrying. And it could be that you're worried about an air sign or a fire sign. Or maybe you're just worried that your partner is drifting away from you. There's just a lot of anxiety. But remember that the Nine of Swords, this is a lot of worrying over nothing. It's worry without merit. What you're thinking about, it's not even coming true. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. And I don't know, I kind of get the feeling from these 2 cards that maybe not for everyone, but you could be imagining that there's something going on with your partner and someone else. And it could be a fire sign, it could be an air sign, or it may not be. It could just be the energy that they're in. Now this energy here, this would be someone that is, I mean, not to talk a negative way about fire signs, but they can be pushy. They get what they want. They go after what they want. So you might be fearing, you know, a very kind of strong woman, or it could be a very strong male energy around your partner, and kind of worrying as far as what's going on with them. But like I said, you could also just be worrying that your partner is drifting away from you, imagining the worst, imagining that there's going to be a loss. But this is just telling you that you're worrying over nothing. That's not what's going to happen. If anything, you have the star telling me that you will get the outcome that you want. Your wish will come true. Okay, so let's get some more confirmation from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February 2018? You have the Page of Cups. Messages for the sign of Cancer. The Ten of Swords. Messages for the sign of Cancer. The Six of Cups. Okay, what's the most important message that Cancer needs to hear for February 2018? The King of Wands. So now you have the King and Queen of Wands. Let me just bring her over here. Strong fire sign energy. Again, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this can be your partner. This can be someone that you're worrying about as far as your partner. They could be interested in your partner. Strong fire sign energy. It could even be you if you have a moon or a rising sign in that energy. So interesting that they're there. I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's focus on these three cards right here. Page of Cups, Six of Cups, Ten of Swords in the middle. So what's interesting here is that you have an energy of being heartbroken, the Ten of Swords. Usually when this card comes up, there's been something really painful that has happened. This is perhaps a betrayal, someone breaking up with you, someone breaking your heart, being lied to, stabbed in the back. And it has come up, you know, with past energy. So it's like a confirmation that something from the past is kind of being stirred up again. Again, this can be a different message for other Cancers. There is some type of energy from the past where you were completely heartbroken and you felt like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. This person really screwed me over. The Ten of Swords, you were just stabbed in the back, and you have been down. Maybe you're still down over this. The thing is that you have this with the Page of Cups. This is past energy, because usually this is a message that, you know, it's time to move on. And the Six of Cups is energy from the past. But you have the Page of Cups with this. So the Page of Cups means that there can be communication with someone from the past who did this to you. And usually this communication, this is a lot of like speaking from the heart. So there could be someone explaining to you, again, this came up for Scorpio. This can be that they're explaining to you why they did what they did, or why they felt, you know, they had to move on. This can even be, you know, that, because I mean, I feel like when I said that, I feel like this ties in somehow with what I was talking about over here, the Seven of Pentacles, someone weighing their options. It can even be that for some of you, maybe not everyone, that this is a decision that you're making. If you are kind of, you know, going back and forth between staying with your current partner, going back to an ex. I get this all the time in private readings. And it could be that, I mean, seeing the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords, it could be that you feel that whatever it is that happened in the past, that maybe that was too much. Because I mean, I see past energy here with the Six of Cups, but then the betrayal kind of really stands out, and it's right next to it. Perhaps you're speaking from the heart and saying that, you know, it was too much. And maybe all of this happened with a fire sign. Let me just bring it up here. King and Queen. Strong fire sign energy. So a fire sign, again, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, in some way they are playing a big role in your love life in February. Either because they are your partner, or maybe they are an ex. Maybe you're doing a lot of thinking about an ex who is a fire sign, because I see this could even be memories from the past, to where you just like, you find yourself bombarded with like memories of what was done to you here at the Ten of Swords. Usually what was done to you, that's usually not pretty. That is, you know, a horrible betrayal where you were down for a long time. Maybe you're still in that energy. And it could be that you are communicating this maybe to a fire sign. And it could be for some that, you know, you're going to have to, this maybe you're not directly talking to an ex, but it could be that it's time to talk about it. You know, maybe that you're still hurt, that you still think about them. Maybe you're not talking to them about it, but you could be talking to someone else. Remember that the main energy that you had was the Eight of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of work to do as far as your love life. I feel like there's a lot of things that you have to look at as another thing that I'm getting. There could be things affecting your love life that you're not even aware of. So I feel like this really applies if you're single. If you're single and you're thinking like, why in the world am I still single? Why have I not met somebody new when, you know, someone really hurt me and I've not been able to meet anybody since? It could be that you're still thinking about that person. And there's a lot to work through with the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot for you to see in order for you to be able to move on. So what I'm going to do, I did this for Scorpios. I'm going to pull a few more cards. Just a few more. Let me go this way. Okay. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February 2018? The Ten of Wands. So this does, you know, represent like heavy, draining energy. So some of you might be feeling like this has become like too much. This is draining energy to where you feel like, you know, you can't do this anymore. This can be you or this can be your partner. Let's see what other messages there are. Interesting. You not only have the King and Queen of Wands in this reading, now you have the King and Queen of Cups, just like Scorpio did. Okay, so it could be that you're the one feeling fed up because it came out with your energy. Nine of Cups. So further confirmation. Now you have the Star and the Nine of Cups. This is like a message like a billboard saying you're going to get what you want. This is the Wish card, the Fairy Godmother card, and this is the Hopes and Wishes card, a Major Arcana. So it's a Wish card, Major Arcana, and Minor Arcana. You're getting the outcome that you want in some way. And I feel because your energy has come up here as a water sign, whether you're male or female, that you're feeling in some way, you're feeling really fed up with what's going on in your love life. You feel like this has just become like so draining. This is just too much baggage. But you're being told here by the Nine of Cups that you're getting the outcome that you want. It's just going to require a lot of work. And it could be that for some of you, you're having to let go of someone from the past. You have to talk about the past. You have to give someone some space. I mean, there are a lot of things going on in this reading. You could have, someone may need some space to figure out how they feel about you. But ultimately, I mean, the Star and the Nine of Cups in this reading is a confirmation, a double confirmation that you're getting exactly what you want. Let's get a few more cards from the second deck. What other messages are there for Cancer for February? The Sun, a Major Arcana, the ultimate card of a positive outcome. What other messages are there for Cancer? The Moon. There could be a lot of things that you're not seeing. This is really confusing, tricky energy. And the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is interesting. The Sun and the Moon. So, you know, I feel like, I mean, this is telling you, again, the Sun is telling you, assuring you there's going to be a positive outcome to your story. Whatever your story is, this is success. You're getting the outcome that you were hoping for. And the Star and the Nine of Cups is confirming that. You have further confirmation here. But you also have this Moon energy telling you that you could be really confused in February. But it could also be that someone else is confused. I mean, seeing the Seven of Pentacles here, as much as I went on and on about this card, someone could be really confused and they need space and time. I feel like you could be finding out why someone has been holding back, why someone has not been able to commit, why someone needed space. This is what was hidden is coming to light, especially with the Sun being here. And I feel like you have to be careful. You have the Five of Swords. This is one of those messages where this is a red flag card where, you know, this is an empty victory. For some of you, you might have to be careful as far as taking back someone from the past. And I did mention that with this row right here, because I mean, you have past energy here. And perhaps that's what you're reflecting on. You may have to be careful as far as taking back someone, or it does not have to be choosing the person from the past. I mean, this just means make wise decisions. You might be making a decision that you wish you could take back, but this also represents kind of self-sabotage, like being your own worst enemy. So it could be that you have to be careful as far as what you think you know, because we have the Moon telling you that you don't know the full story. You may not know exactly what's going on with your partner, although you could be imagining the worst. So this could be this could be coming up for you because you could get really angry, lash out at your partner, maybe even break up with them because you're imagining something crazy going on when it's not even true. With the Five of Swords, like, this is a message that watch what you're doing, because a decision that you make could backfire, especially with the Moon telling me that you don't have all the information. You only know half the truth. So make wise decisions. Okay, what I'm going to finish the reading with is I'm going to pull one card from this deck. It's the affirmations for the everyday goddess. It is all major arcana. And we'll see what's the most important energy as far as major changes in your love life. What messages are there for Cancer? What is the most important message for Cancer for February 2018? The Chariot. Victory. So now you not only have the Star and the Nine of Cups telling you your wishes are coming true, you have this message of victory in the form of a major arcana. Victory. There's going to be positive movement in your love life. The Chariot is this energy of I win. But the Chariot is not like the Nine of Cups where things just fall into your lap. The Chariot means that you work really hard, you're really persistent, you're determined to get what you want. But this means that there will be movement in your love life, which again, I feel like a lot of you probably need to hear that with messages like the Seven of Pentacles, which means be patient, and the Four of Swords, which tells me somebody could have moved out or asked for space, leaving you in this place of agony, wondering why. What in the world is going on with this person? It is, just time. It is high time to close a door on an old chapter in your life with the world being here. It's a time to open a new door, especially wherever it is that you feel trapped, with the Eight of Swords being here. It's time to get away from this energy. It's time for this, it's time for positive movement. So I feel like for some of you where you're feeling like you're not getting this victory, you're not seeing movement in your relationship or in your marriage, things are changing. There's a lot of messages in this reading as far as you getting that specific outcome that you want, whether it's marriage or being able to get somebody back into your life. The Nine of Cups, the Star, the King and Queen of Wands, and the King and Queen of Cups are here. It's like everyone that belongs together ends up together. So your job is to stay calm. Don't freak out with the Nine of Swords. Be careful when making decisions. Don't make angry decisions. You may not know the full story. You could be highly confused. There's a positive outcome to all of this. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for February 2018. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.